Hello, everyone, and welcome to sixth grade ELA and our curriculum for the school year. These are some of our classroom expectations and things we expect students to come prepared with every day. Starting out, we do expect them to have a notebook specifically for ELA. Whether they keep it in their locker or in the classroom depends on the teacher. We also expect them to have a writing utensil, preferably a pencil, but a pen is acceptable. We also expect them to have an iPad that is fully charged, as well as headphones when necessary. They should also come prepared with an independent reading book. It can be from the school library, one from home, or when necessary, one from their classroom library. Some of our homework expectations are that students should be reading every day when possible at home for at least 20 to 30 minutes. As you can see on the chart, it does greatly benefit them. It makes a big difference in their testing, in their vocabulary, and in other areas of their life as well. Something else we do in the classroom is PLT. It can encompass a lot of things, such as working on IXL, independent reading, or Achieve 3000. Achieve 3000 is a program we work on in the classroom with the students. It can include reading fiction or nonfiction texts. It is at their own personal Lexile level, so everything they work on will be at their own level. It helps promote their comprehension skills, their reading abilities, and most importantly, their confidence. For our AIMS ELA classes, some of the activities they will work on throughout this year for both reading and writing include working on short stories, informational texts, nonfiction articles, argumentative texts, book clubs, and poetry. They will also do narrative essays, informational writing, blogging. For our other ELA classes, they will also do fiction and nonfiction. They will also do some research-based writing and poetry. To break down each of the quarters a little bit more, we'll first start with quarter one. They will focus on fiction and narrative writing. Quarter two switches to nonfiction and informative writing. Quarter three focuses on more research-based reading and an argumentative writing unit. This is also when book clubs get started. Quarter four, we do turn back around and look at fiction again. So we will bring poetry and Shakespeare into the mix, and we will do expository writing. We do a personal book project, and we look at poetry books. That is it for sixth grade ELA.
This is the sixth grade ELA SLA curriculum. Classroom expectations and overview. Every day our students need a notebook for ELA, a pen or pencil, a charged iPad, and reading materials, either a book from home or from school. Homework expectations. Every student should be reading or writing for at least 20 to 30 minutes each school night. Students may choose digital or traditional format. PLT expectations. What is Achieve 3000? Fiction and nonfiction texts that are given to students at their personal Lexile reading level. It promotes comprehension strategies to improve student reading ability and confidence. Students will read texts, answer questions about what they read, and write about the topic in each article. So in quarter one, we read fiction and we do narrative writing. Our big projects in quarter one are Letter to Self, Notice and Notes, a novel study, and a personal narrative essay. So this is the breakdown of the ELA SLA content in quarter one. Everything that is in green is taught in Spanish. Everything that is in blue is taught in English. In quarter two, we read nonfiction and do informative writing. Our big projects in quarter two are Notice and Notes nonfiction, a Chicago project, and a debate unit. This is the week by week breakdown of quarter two. Once again, everything in blue is taught in English, everything in green is taught in Spanish. This is the continuation of quarter two and the beginning of quarter three, where once again, everything in green is taught in Spanish, everything in blue is taught in English. This is the continuation of quarter three. In quarter three, we do our argumentative writing in Spanish, and we do an independent novel study in English. So in quarter three, we do research-based reading and argumentative writing. Our big projects in quarter three are book clubs and an argumentative essay. In quarter four, this is the week by week breakdown of quarter four. Once again, everything in green is taught in Spanish. Everything in blue is taught in English. Thank you for listening to this presentation. And here is my contact information as well as the contact information of my co-teacher, Dr. Power. Thank you so much for listening.
Sixth grade math at Heritage Middle School. The classroom expectations and structure here at Heritage Middle School require students come prepared to class with a notebook, writing utensil, headphones, and a charged iPad. We want our students to be respectful, responsible, and safe, and an active participant in our class. Classes will be set up into 3 portions: personal learning time, the daily lesson, and, if time permits, time to do any additional homework or practice problems. Any assigned homework will be listed on the class's Schoology page. It may include Desmos practice problems, IXL skills, or any work not completed during class. Many teachers try to give time to their students during class to complete this work. There are 5 standard categories in math: ratios and proportions, number systems, expressions and equations, geometry, and statistics and probability. Each quarter this year, your 6th grader will complete 2 units per quarter, giving us a total of all 8 units covering the entire year's curriculum. Unit 1 is our geometry unit, focusing on area and surface area, mainly of parallelograms, triangles, and other polygons. Unit 2, introducing ratios, looks at equivalent ratios, solving ratio and rate problems, and part-whole ratios. Unit 3 looks at unit rates and percentages, converting units, looking at many real-world applications to the math used. Unit 4 is our fractions unit. Building upon what they've learned about in previous years, students will now learn the algorithms for dividing fractional numbers. Unit 5 has students working with decimals, refocusing on adding and subtracting decimals, and increasing their knowledge to dividing and multiplying with decimal numbers. Unit 6 is our expressions and equation units, where students will be introduced to working with variables and relationships between quantities. Also, exponents are discussed. Unit 7 works with rational numbers, introducing students to negatives as well as absolute values, inequalities, and the coordinate plane and all 4 quadrants. Unit 8 is our datasets and distributions unit, where students will learn how to create dot plots, histograms, and calculate the mean, MAD, median, and interquartile ranges of a dataset. We utilize a number of different technology programs in math, focusing on the Desmos platform, as well as Map Accelerator in Khan Academy and IXL Diagnostic Skill Work.
This presentation will go over Ames Math. 6th grade covers a combination of 6th and 7th grade material. September begins with area, and we move into introducing ratios. In October, we look at unit rates and percentages. November looks at the standard algorithms for fractions and division. And into December, we look at expressions and equations. In the new year, Sixth grade will cover proportional relationships. In February, measuring circles, and we will return to unit rates and percentages and finish that unit. March, we'll look at proportional relations and percentages and positive and negative numbers. April, we'll look at operations with positive and negative numbers, and May, we'll look at describing data, probability, and sampling.
Hello, this is sixth grade social studies curriculum.
The overall vision in social studies in D100 is all students in District 100 will gain an understanding of the culturally diverse world in which they live. By looking through the lenses of history, civics, economics, and geography, students will gain empathy and a global perspective, which will enable them to become well-rounded, problem-solving citizens of the world.
Just a year at a glance, these are our topics. In quarter 1, we learn about 5 themes of geography and prehistory. In quarter 2, we learn about ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. In quarter 3, we learn about ancient China and ancient Greece. And in quarter 4, we learn about ancient Rome and the Mayans, Aztecs, and Incas.
Classroom expectations. What to bring to class? iPad, notebook, pen, pencil, apps we frequently use, Google Drive, Google Earth, daily routines, warm-up, instruction notes, practice skill activity, and whatever is not finished in class will be homework.
TCI is the new social studies curriculum that's accessed through Clever. It's an online resource in both English and Spanish. It has online text, activities, and interactive notes.
Quarter 1 breakdown. The key topics, themes, and skills for quarter 1 are in the box listed below. Standards covered with these skills are geography and history.
Quarter 2 breakdown. Key topics, themes, and skills for quarter 2 can be found in this box, and the standards covered are geography and economics.
Quarter 3 breakdown. The key topics, themes, skills for quarter 3 are in the box below. The standards covered in this quarter are geography and history.
And quarter 4 breakdown. So you can see the key topics, themes, and skills for quarter 4 below, and the standards covered are geography and civics.
Sixth grade science curriculum. Classroom expectations overview. Be present and on time for class with a curious mind. Have a charged iPad. We use it almost every day in class. Have a science notebook. This should be left in the classroom for notes, journaling, and vocabulary. Behavior expectations align with the school-wide PBIS rules. Lab safety expectations are an extremely important part of sixth grade science. Students should always be safe in the lab. There should be no running or horseplay. Following all directions exactly as written is another extremely important part of safety. And if students encounter any unsafe situation like broken glass or spilled materials, they should notify an adult immediately so that these can be cleaned up before any students are injured. Apps that we use during class include some of the following. Amplify is where the science curriculum is housed. It is going to be used in 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, so students will be using it for their entire time at Heritage. Some other apps that they will use include Notability, ClassKick, the Google Suite, including Google Docs and Google Slides, and YouTube videos. Homework expectations. Class time is especially important to complete assignments when the teacher is available to give support. Unfinished assignments will become homework, and homework must be completed by the end of the unit. The year at a glance. These are the units that will be covered on the next few slides. This includes all of the regular units and the metabolism and other engineering internships that come at the end of each third unit. Unit 1, Microbiome. Microbiome includes microorganisms on and in the human body, arguing for the benefits of fecal transplants, learning the scientific argument CER writing style, which stands for Claim, Evidence, and Reasoning. This writing style will be used throughout science each year at Heritage, and it aligns nicely with the format that's used in ELA and social studies classes. Unit 2 is metabolism. This includes molecules needed by the cells, body systems, cellular respiration, metabolism and athletic performance, and the metabolism engineering internship. Unit 3 moves on to traits and reproduction, continuing in life science. This includes exploring variation in spider silk, examining spider genes, investigating spider inheritance, and explaining variation in running ability. Then we'll move on to physical science with the first unit, thermal energy. Thermal energy includes understanding temperature, temperature and energy, changes in temperature, and water pasteurization. Unit 5, oceans, climate, and atmosphere continues in the physical science, including air temperature, ocean currents and prevailing winds, and a science seminar, air temperatures past and present. Unit 6 is weather patterns. This includes understanding rain clouds, investigating temperatures, exploring wind and pressure, and the science seminar, Mystery of the Carson Wilderness Education Center. Unit 8 is Earth's changing climate. This includes climate and atmosphere, energy entering and leaving the Earth system, human activity and climate, volcanic eruptions and climate, and the final engineering internship, Earth's changing climate engineering internship.
Physical education expectations and overview. The PE curriculum that students will participate in include fitness activities, team sports, individual and dual activities, and team building. PE standards: participation in fitness activities with maximum effort, participation in movement skills to the best of your ability, showing positive sportsmanship. The objective of the PE program is to increase student growth and development by guiding them into becoming healthy lifelong learners through a common curriculum. This incorporates physical, mental, emotional, and social health within the physical education setting.
Health expectations and overview. The health programs from McGraw-Hill engage students in the exploration of health and wellness. Hands-on activities and real-world applications of health skills provide the students with the understanding they need to create a personal plan for a healthy life. Health content. Health and wellness, bullying and cyberbullying, personal hygiene, and body systems. Guest speakers include from Sarah's Inn, healthy dating relationships, and Corazon will also come in to talk about sex education and human development. A permission slip will be required.
This is the overview and expectations for 6th grade art. 6th grade art is an introductory class where we focus on the elements of art. The elements of art are the concepts that you have to either see or touch in any work of art. You cannot have a work of art without at least one of these concepts. I also introduce students to basic sketching skills, which a lot of students are not always aware of how to do. In 6th grade, I ask that they be prepared with their pencil and iPad daily, that they're ready to learn and be challenged with new concepts and ideas, that they would also give their best effort even if they don't feel like they are the best artist. Occasionally, students might want to bring in other supplies, but generally I have everything that they need in the classroom. In 6th grade, we always do an elements of art project, and then depending on the quarter and year, we do a variety of different projects. If you take a look at the next slide, you will see a couple of examples of tempera paintings that we will work on. A pencil shading project, sometimes it is the drawing of the eyes, other times it's the ribbon project. And then there's usually a third or fourth project that is more design oriented. In the past, we've done isometric drawing, or we have also done symmetrical design in color. We have also done silhouette drawings and pattern design. Thank you.
In sixth grade World Cultures, students will look closely at their identity and examine the cultural and personal elements that have shaped them. In addition, we will explore the cultures of others to learn what makes others unique. The goal of this class is to help students develop personal pride while also creating an interest in people, places, and cultures that are different from their own.
Sixth grade band is for students who are just learning an instrument. It is new for everybody, and the purpose of sixth grade band is to learn the instrument basics, so how to read music, and how to perform on your instrument from a very basic level. It also teaches you to gain an appreciation for instrumental music. The standards covered are identifying music notation, performing various pieces of music, and evaluating performances by oneself and others. A great way you can help your student at home with band is by encouraging them to practice at least 20 minutes a day.
STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. The main goal in STEAM is to promote problem-solving skills that apply to the real world by collaborating with their peers. Students will focus on the next generation science standards for engineering and design. In sixth grade STEAM, students will participate in the design and modeling program by Project Lead the Way. They will learn how to use the design process and make technical sketches. Students will create prototypes to solve problems related to cerebral palsy.
In sixth grade music, we have the goal to develop a musical style and taste by listening to a variety of genres. We'll learn the fundamentals of music, which include rhythm, solfege, form, and pitches. We'll compose simple melodies and gain an appreciation for different genres of music. Some examples of our standards are to identify music notation, compose rhythmic and melodic phrases, and identify reasoning for selecting music based on musical characteristics, interest, or purpose. Our standards are based on 4 criteria: creating, performing, connecting, and responding.